See, stirring minds is more about supporting the stirred ones, as we love to call them. They are basically people who would want to create some value. They would want to put in their minds behind solving a problem. Right? These are people who don't take status quo as such. Right? They would want to bring about a change. They would want to involve themselves, do something more creatively. The same process, they would want to do it in a better way. Right? So these are the entrepreneurial people that we would want to support. We have more than 20 startups. These startups are on different plans. Like we offer different membership plans to startups. So some people are operating on a full-time residential plan where 24/7 they are operating out of stirring minds, and there's some other startups who are using this place on a part-time basis. Some other people are using it as a virtual office where they get a few days of desk time plus mostly their correspondence and other meetings they use this place for. We try and ensure that everything that a startup would particularly need to ensure that they can focus on some important parts of their business and bother less about other things are taken care of by us. We take care of all the internet, we take care of tech support, admin support, logistics. We at times are helping a startup with whatever they particularly need, but then coffee teas on the house, we look at what is running in the washroom, we look at providing them a recreation area. So these are some of the things, and because we are operational 24/7, there are sofa cum beds where people can crash at night if they are staying over at stirring mind for more than 2 days, and then they have their own lockers. So that is what startup would typically get at a fraction of a cost, right? Because if they have to set up all these things themselves, then it will be a costly affair for them. Our revenue models are based on our taking an interest in a particular venture based on equity, and then exiting those ventures would actually give us the real money that we are actually looking for in a particular venture. And it's also a situation where our success is linked to the success of the startup in that case. Seed fund initially came in from my savings, but there are other ventures that we do. So the money that we make there, I've been trying to kind of put in most of that money in stirring minds. But if we look at the kind of amount that I initially set apart as seed fund, then it was around 10 to 12 lakhs that I kind of started with. Now Delhi is coming up as a place where a lot of startup activity is happening, and then I thought that when this startup activity is so much more nascent as in Delhi as compared to other places, then Delhi is the right place to start, because then you can ride that growing wave. Even though we have things lined up, we are looking at expanding into different cities. We are looking at exploring the models that we can add to what we offer within stirring minds as a pair. Like right now we are offering a space, a lot of support system, but we want to add a lot of programs that can educate the startups, right? So a lot of education is something that we want to bring within stirring minds. A lot of technical workshops, other workshops on making business plans, these things. Not everything that you start with becomes a success, right? So I've had my share of failures, right? Different ventures that we started with, the idea that we had in mind. At times we had to totally shelve that idea and jump onto something totally different. So I've had a lot of failures on the path. And but then as long as there is an undying spirit within you which wants to bring about some change, which wants to bring about some kind of value out there in the world, right? You keep on taking these failures and want to learn from them and want to improve upon them. There are some things which are inherent in a person that makes him or her a better entrepreneur. At the same time, life situations, there are other things that you acquire during your journey that makes you a better entrepreneur. But then if you're looking at characteristics per se, then I would say that an entrepreneur for sure has to be a person who's looking at undying optimism, right, to make things happen.
So start ignition, count to zero. I just wanna be a superhero.